Well, hi guys, welcome back to another Yonder Mountain adventure. We've got a quick review for you today. NIGHTCAT have kindly sent me a very small tent, as you can see. I'm going to show you this because not only is it small and very, very lightweight, but it's incredibly cheap. You know I like me budget gear. This is the new and upgraded one or two person. They've got two variations on this tent. This is the back-to-backing tent, and it's been upgraded. I'm going to show you a couple of those upgrades as well. But £45 at the minute. And don't forget, guys, I'll put a link in the description. You've got that extra discount which NIGHTCAT have kindly granted us. I'll put the link in, so if you click on my link and you want to purchase any of the NIGHTCAT gear, not only can you take advantage of the 20% discount, but you've got my discount on top of that as well. So, with no further ado, let's have a closer look at this thing. That is small. You can see there. Look at that. Mega small. Right, guys, let's have a closer look at this thing. The first thing I noticed is the size of this. The pack size is very, very small. I'll put the dimensions on screen for you. NIGHTCAT claim it's 2 kilograms. I don't even think it's 2 kilograms, to be honest with you. I will weigh, and I'll let you know exactly what the weight is. But that is mega, mega small. The NIGHTCAT gear comes in a nice waterproof pack, which is adjustable. And what I like about this is these are never snug, so you don't have to worry about packing the tent away. You know, so it's really, really tight. It gives you a little bit of give with that as well. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at some of the contents first, and then we'll pitch it. We'll have a look at some of the pros and cons of this thing as well. I'm just conscious in my mind, 45 quid. Is this going to be any good, or is it going to be crap? I'll tell you the truth. So the first thing is you get your user manual here, which these things are usually pretty naff, but it's pretty good. It does give you all of the information on here about how to pitch it as well. And it's even got some of the links there to some of the NIGHTCAT channels on Instagram and Facebook, YouTube, all of that good stuff. So you get a good user's manual. The stuff sack is waterproof and it's dead handy. So that's great. Right, let's have a look. This is the first time that I've even opened it, so we'll have a look at this together. First thing I'm presented with is your pegs. These are your very, very thin. I was expecting these, to be honest with you. I don't necessarily trust these too much, but you know, it's cheap and easy enough to get some replacement pegs, but they would certainly do, that's for sure. So you've got some pegs, and you've also got some guy lines in here as well, which is great, in a little bag. So that's the pegs. I'll put that on there. It's a pole tent. These are the poles, so we'll have a look at these. These are fiberglass poles, which you always get on the cheaper ones, but you know, there's pros and cons. But I've had a few tents now with fiberglass poles, and I've had them in crazy conditions, and I've never had any issues with them. So these are your fiberglass poles. Great. And then that opens up into the actual tent itself. It's the usual NIGHTCAT quality. I'll tell you a little bit more about it when it's pitched, but the colour's absolutely great, absolutely spot on. It looks like they have gone with the larger NIGHTCAT logo on this particular one. It might be a little bit of it's maybe not one of the brand new tents, but I'm all about looking at budget gear for you guys, because prices are skyrocketing for everything, and if you can get out into the wilderness and enjoy some prescription nature and keep the costs down, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Right? This looks like it's going to be very easy. NIGHTCAT claim you can pitch this within 2 minutes, so let's put that to the test. Have a look at it. I do like this material. So you've got some nice little eyelets here, so that you can just peg it out first thing. I suppose the good thing about these thin pegs is that you can get it into rough ground. I suppose that is a good positive to them as well, I suppose. Right, let's just get the basic shape, and then we'll start to put the poles in, try and get it nice and tight. But it's not too tight to start off with, because you can adjust it when it's erect. That's what she said. Let's have a look at this. Now that looks like it's got the cap on it. Okay. Yeah, great. Put them down there. So these are your two fiberglass poles, both the same length. And essentially what they do is, and this is one of the upgrades, instead of just being kind of attached to it, it actually goes through the sleeve, which really increases the tensile strength of it as well. One thing I've noticed, guys, straight away is this is very tight. Very tight indeed. You need to make sure that this is fully around. As you can see there, I'm going to need to adjust it because at the minute that won't actually fit in. Now you can see that's already solid, but I've got to be honest, guys, getting these poles in, these are tight, very, very tight. In actual fact, you feel like you're going to snap it, but you do have to, once you've got a little bit of tinkering on, you can't get it. Well, it comes with this kind of rain hat, if you like. You've got vents in the top, which is great for airflow, and you can see there's probably an inch and a half give there, so it will actually allow pretty good airflow. But essentially that just kind of folds over like that, and then just hooks onto these little straps here. Now it's on, and it's probably going to be quite flappy. You might be able to make some adjustments to that. Maybe it's on both sides, but the way that they're on there, I'll maybe make some adjustments, because although it's hooked on, it's not getting a really strong grip. Well, once this kind of front apex vestibule is pulled out, it looks like it's up and it's strong. Zips. I'm a stickler for me zips, very, very good. Good Velcro on there as well. And you've got your storm flap, which is very, very good indeed. Right, let's open it up and start to get a feel for the actual dimensions. The actual material itself is 210T polyester. The outer, there's no necessary inner, it's a kind of single skin shelter, but 3000mm static head units. Now that's definitely waterproof, 100%, and all of the seams are taped, so it's all sealed as well. You don't need to do anything with it. The actual bathtub itself is also 3000mm as well, and it's all kind of all carcassed all into the one bit of material really. And you can see the bathtub here, and it gives you quite a good, what's that, 7 inches or so, give or take. And you've got your mesh leading into the inner here. Now that'll be the usual tightly woven bug mesh, which NIGHTCAT are great at. I've had these things up in the Highlands where there's been a billion midges. Now it can get in there, that's great. All right, let's have a look. It comes with a T-zip on the inner, so that just goes like that. And you've got actually double access, as you can see there as well. But I would probably leave it like that because you've probably got enough room there, I think. Right, let's have a look here. Oh, it's actually very, very spacious in here. I'm sitting up on my honkers, and I've probably got about so much space. The access, although seems quite small, you can't open it up a little bit. But it's probably more than you need, to be honest. It does allow you, you know, you've got access. It's basically fine, but the headroom's really, really good. The size of the vestibule here is next to out. You're not going to be able to do much in the way of cooking. You could probably put some cook pots there, but the amount of space there, it's probably about that. I'll put the dimensions all on screen so you know. I'll just do a quick video so you can see what I mean. The vestibule's not massive, guys. But this is a one-person shelter, remember? And it's cheap. 45 quid maximum. Apply my discount, that's going to be much cheaper. But yeah, all the zips are very, very good. You've got your lantern hanging point up here. You've got your upper mesh for airflow. You've got your inner mesh for airflow. And the bathtub, you've actually got some storage in here as well. You've only got the one pocket, but it's a one-person shelter, isn't it? So I think that's going to be absolutely fine. Yeah, everything is taped and sealed on the inside. This is going to be bomb-proof. It's very, very sturdy, I've got to say that. I'll try and bring you inside so you can have a better look. Right guys, I'm going to try and show you as best I can. I'm lying down here. There's space here. Oh, I moved down a little bit, the space. There you go. Room at the side there. So you can see probably a little bit better from there. But if I spin you around, have a look at my feet. So if we have a look, there's space. There's the corners. It's nice to see these are all reinforced in the corner as well. So, I mean, I'm sat here and my feet aren't even touching the bottom of the tent. It is actually very, very spacious. It's deceiving. It's a bit of a TARDIS. And I love the head height. If you're in a place whereby, you know, you're kind of struck with bad weather and you're getting some respite in your shelter, I think this is very, very strong. It's quite broad-sided. You would probably need to put the guys, I haven't put the guys on. You would need to put the guys on. You need to upgrade your pegs, definitely. But, you know, it's a solid structure. It really is. And you've got room to get changed out of wet clothes and things like that as well. Size, width-wise, I'll put the dimensions on screen, but there's plenty of room. I would say this is this particular one, well, it is the one person. And it gives you room for yourself and your pack as well, I would say. So if I move over, that's me over the side, you can see there the room that I've got, which is more than ample, really. Single skin. I think all single skins, you're gonna get condensation, but I think that will be mitigated with, you know, some pretty good mesh, which is on here, as you can see on the inner, and there's plenty of airflow coming in from the top there as well. I like the T-zip because what it means is you can kind of allow a certain part of it to be open whilst the rest of it's closed. So that will increase airflow and keep temperatures down as well, or keep temperatures up depending on where you are and what your conditions are. The zips are class, seam sealed, the bathtub's great, there's loads of room, plenty of headroom, a little bit of storage, but plenty of room for one person in their pack and some gear. Limited space on the vestibule. All in all, do you know what? For 45 quid, add that discount, it's good. You're going to need to make some modifications. I wasn't now keen on the poles. Fiberglass is fine, I don't have a problem with that, but it was very, very tight. So probably what I would recommend is, that was the first time that I've pitched it, is maybe not to peg it out too tight first, keep it loose, and that'll give you a little bit more flexibility to get those poles in. But, yeah, okay, fair enough. Like I've said on all of my review videos, it doesn't matter that a company sends us something. If I think it's crap, I'm going to tell you it's crap. This has got its flaws, but there's always a trade-off, isn't there? And that is the price. You do get a lot of bang for your buck. I'll summarise in just a second. But loads of room. Loads of room. Fantastic. There we go. What do you think? Right, what's my verdict? I'll run through some of the things which I'm initially thinking about it. It's light. The state, it's 2 kilograms. I think it's less, you know. I will wait and let you know. It's very, very compact. You can get it in your backpack, which it's a backpacking tent, so if you've got that extra room in your backpack, it affords you more space for other things. It is very, very strong, mind. Very, very strong indeed. 3,000mm static head unit. It's waterproof. It's double stitched. It's seam taped and sealed as well. Plenty of room inside for yourself and your backpack and some gear. And the biggest thing, let's not get mixed up here. The biggest thing is the price. Worst case scenario, it's 45 quid. You don't have to spend a fortune coming out to enjoy beautiful places like this. You know, you don't need to spend £1,000 on a Hillyberg and all the rest of it. I'm not kind of putting those tents down. They've got a purpose. I suppose you get what you pay for. But sometimes, and a lot of the times, you don't get quality at a cheap price. This is good quality and it's cheap. I'm not just saying that. £45 worst case scenario. Use my discount. It's all about saving pennies. The cost of everything's just rising. Use my discount, get your savings. I don't get a kickback from that, by the way. That's just a clear saving for you guys if you're interested in any NIGHTCAT product. It'll take you to my Yonder Mountain landing page on NIGHTCAT. I've got to say, I'm impressed. It does have its limitations. This is flappy and flimsy. The hooks aren't great, but you can modify that. The actual poles themselves are pretty difficult to get in, as you saw. But I think probably the hack would be, don't peg it out too tight in the first place. Give yourself a little bit of flexibility and make sure it's through the seal, through the actual seams themselves, and that'll give you a little bit more play, and that probably mitigates that. I suppose worst case scenario, you could cut a little bit off maybe and put the peg on. You could do that. Another limitation, the vestibule. It's next to out basically. You could probably put your boots in there and that's it, you know. But it does allow a little bit of room for the mesh and for some airflow as well. The pegs, absolutely crap. Forget about the pegs. If you're going to buy this, get the pegs out of there. I mean, you can use them. I'm using them now and it's strong, you know, but in any kind of wind, the pegs are going to be no good. Upgrade your pegs, definitely, but that's not going to cost you much, definitely not. Good bag, good and small. Plenty, you know, the access is good, the zips are good. Definitely waterproof. Aye, 45 quid, worst case scenario, apply me discount. Absolutely, absolutely class. I'm actually genuinely impressed with that, despite some of its snag points. I think you can work around it, but all in all, that's getting a Yonder Mountain thumbs up, without a doubt. Fantastic. Well guys, there you go. I hope you've enjoyed that video. I hope you found it informative, and I hope it helps make a decision for you if you're after a single person tent without breaking the bank. It's a good one, without a doubt. I'm going to get this dropped, guys. If you've liked the video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave us a comment. I'll answer all the comments. And use my discount code as well. It's all about saving those pennies, without a doubt. Like I say, I don't get any kickbacks from this whatsoever. So I'm going to get this packed up and head off. We're in the heart of Northumberland here. And I'm just going to soak up a little bit of prescription nature for sure. I've got some more adventures coming. I've got some more gear. We've got some more hot tents, more stoves, more wild adventures. I've got Dangerous Dan coming along. We've got Mountain Mick. I've got a couple of my other mates coming along. We're going to have some really interesting adventures coming up very, very soon, guys. So stay tuned, stay tuned. Don't forget about the Real Ale review. That's had a good start. A lot of people seem to be quite liking that, so I'll continue it. It's something which I'll be doing every week. We'll be reviewing a new ale. So on the next one, guys, join us Sunday nights, 7 p.m. Crack yourself open an adult beverage. Drink in moderation, remember. So guys, all that's left to say is forget about the news, forget about the radio, Facebook, all the doom and gloom and all the scaremongering. Try and get your face out of that phone. It's difficult, like, isn't it? But get your pack on, get off the settee, you know, make most of your days off, get out. Have a hike, you know, get down to your local woodland, do something, even if it's making a cup of tea in the woods, whatever you want to do, but make sure you get out and soak up that prescription nature, guys. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. Hopefully I'll be able to catch up with you on the next Yonder Mountain adventure, but in the meantime, guys, have yourself a good week, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Fantastic.